Hey YouTube, it's Carla or Changing 56, and today is August the 11th, 2014. Tomorrow I will be 58 years old. Tomorrow is my birthday, August the 12th. Okay, so where am I? I did not do a video last week. I don't know what week this is. I'm in like month 26 post RNY gastric bypass. My surgery was on June the 18th, 2012 at Trinity Medical Center in Birmingham, Alabama by Dr. Scott Pennington. We'll just do numbers because I hadn't done those in a while. I'm not a happy camper, but we'll go ahead and do them. When I started my journey in September of 2011, I weighed 221 pounds. The day of surgery, June the 18th, 2012, I weighed 193. I've seen as low as 115. Today I weighed 121 pounds. Now, I have lots of reasons for those. None of which are like bad. I haven't done anything bad. I've just changed. That's 3 pounds up from last week. 3 weeks ago, I started the metabolic reset part of the Pound of Cure. When I finished last week, I was half a pound up instead of down, but I was okay with that simply because I felt like I was pretty much at my set point. And if you don't know what a Pound of Cure is, just look it up, Google it. Dr. Matthew Weiner, Pound of Cure. He's a bariatric surgeon. And the metabolic reset basically is fruits, vegetables, at least a pound a day, is basically as much as you want. 3 portions of protein, one of which must be plant-based. No artificial sweeteners, no sugar, no dairy, no grains, 2 servings of nuts a day, and like 1 serving of fat a day. Basically, you don't get hungry. But for me, the fruit is a problem. I tried to eat more vegetables, but you know, when you're not eating the dairy or the artificial sweeteners, the whole point of the fruit is to help that reset your taste buds. So I did eat more fruit than normal. I am a diabetic, and that I think is where the problem lies. As far as how I felt on the Pound of Cure, I felt good, because I've been having all these intolerances with tons of gas and all the intestinal issues that I've been having, and I did not really have those with the Pound of Cure. That being said, I'm not willing to gain weight. I would rather have the intestinal issues. Sorry, folks. I don't know. I have an appointment in 2 weeks with a nutrition specialist. Hopefully she can help me. I've decided until then I'm going back to the way I ate before, which is my Greek yogurt and oats in the morning and another time during the day. The other difference was I went from like eating 120 grams of protein to 60 grams of protein. That may be, but I really think the fruit is the issue with my body. Because all I was eating fruit-wise before was a couple of servings a day, which was about 1/4 of a cup each of blueberries or strawberries, not high sugar fruits. And on the Pound of Cure, I was eating bananas and the smoothies, and my body can't handle it. Just can't handle it. So, that being said, it's worked well for everybody else. And, you know, there may be some tweaking I can do. This week I've gone back and started on my yogurt. And last week I still kind of stayed with everything else except for I added the yogurt in. I'm going to have to get some more protein in, and I'm backing off the fruit. All I'm going to do are my blueberries. So that's what I'm going to do for these next 2 weeks until I see the nutrition doctor, the nutrition specialist, and hopefully she'll have some answers for me. If not, I don't know. I don't know. A lot actually has happened in the last week. I went to my job on Monday afternoon, and Mr. Cox was, okay. He slept some, and I was up in the kitchen, and I just looked where my paycheck or my money envelope normally is, and there was an envelope there with my name on it. So I opened it. It was from his daughter. She had decided that they could no longer afford his care, and that I could work that day and the next day, but then my services would no longer be needed. I'd been there 2 hours. At that point, I thought, no, he's already staying by himself some. If she could not tell me in person and write me a letter, I mean, that's pretty much the chicken way out, because she didn't want to face me, because she, anyway, I'm not going into all that. I decided to leave. So I gathered all my things up and I left. In the meantime, I had talked with the people from AEA, which is the Alabama Education Association, and I worked that job last year as an organizer. I go into the schools, talk about membership, talk about benefits, just basically talk with teachers and answer any questions they have at the beginning of school. And that pays really well, but it's still only a really part-time job. But that would have got me through like 6 weeks, and I wouldn't have to worry about another job, or I could get something else lined up while I was doing that. So I went to my cooking job Tuesday and Thursday, and all was good there. Cooked, and everything was good. And I thought, well, I'm okay. And I had gone ahead because the first of the month came before, Monday, and I did what I normally do. I pay all my bills with my retirement check, and I live week to week, food, dog food, gas, that thing, on my weekly money that I get from my caregiving jobs. So, last week I got $20 from the job that I normally get the biggest amount of money from. And Saturday, I got a text message from the daughter of the lady that has Alzheimer's that I stay with a couple, and her husband was in the emergency room. Long story short, he's been admitted into the hospital, and he's going to have a pacemaker put in. But all kinds of things went through my head, and I knew I had planned to work there today. I know this is going to be a long, rambling video, sorry. I had planned to work there today because I had a training session tomorrow with AEA. Well, I knew I wasn't going to be working today because the pacemaker was going to be placed today. So I'm just going, okay, what am I going to do? No money. I mean, I have a little bit, basically enough for this week, but after this week, I'm just going, I know, y'all can go into financial stuff and, savings and all that, but, I live by myself. I don't have any family. I don't have anybody to depend on. Savings went down the tube when my husband was sick. I'm not even going into all that and what should be and what shouldn't be. I make it. God provides for me. And I knew that some way God was going to provide for me. Although I was stressing out just a little bit. So, today I went to the grocery store and got my supply of yogurt for the week. And my oats, which is actually a lot cheaper than the vegetables and fruits I've been buying. I'm still not going to do any protein bars. I tried one today, but that does not work. I mean, the whey just really works on me. I mean, it really gets me gas and intestinal stuff. So I'm not going to do those. I'm just going to add the yogurt back in and more protein. But anyway, so I got another message saying that they were going to place the pacemaker in him today, and that his daughter, who I babysat for when she was a child, wanted to know if I could stay this week, Tuesday through Friday, from 9 till 5. Thank you, Jesus. What can I say? I knew He would provide. That will provide for my needs for the next, couple of weeks anyway, until I get that first AEA paycheck. He should be fine after the pacemaker is placed, or I'm hoping he will. She's supposed to call me after that surgery is done. So, I've gone from 3 jobs to 1 job, back to 2 jobs that are going to take the place of the 3 jobs, at least for the short period of time anyway. So I will be cooking there. I'll be cleaning and just taking care of his wife. Basically, she cannot stay by herself, and he's going to need some help this week that she's not going to be able to do. So I'm not sure what all I'll be doing, but I'll probably be taking them to some doctor's appointments and to a few different places. So, to say that the past week has been interesting, it has been. I sang yesterday in church for 3 services. I may include a clip if I can. It's really funny. I did it on my phone. I can text the whole clip, and the whole clip goes, but I can't email the whole clip. I can only do just part of it. So, and I'm doing this on my iPad. I don't know if I can work something so I can get the whole song in there or not. Rosemary likes to hear me sing. I don't know. Y'all may enjoy it. You may not. If you want to just fast forward it, that's fine. But I may include part of that here. Either it's here or it's not. So that's what I did yesterday. And like I said, today I'm at the dog park. I went to cardiac rehab this morning, and I have not walked or anything besides that today because it was raining earlier, and it's pleasant out right now. I probably could walk, but I brought them with me to the dog park, and I may take them back home and come back and walk just a little bit. But my week has been crazy, and this next week should be, but like I said, I'm going to be okay. And if you, well, no, I'm not even going to go there. Sorry. Just, I kind of had a little foggy brain last week, too. Things changed, and I had some low blood sugars and high blood sugars and different things last week when I changed my eating patterns. So I'm going back to what's worked for 2 years for me anyway. I want to eat clean, and I'm not eating any processed food other than the yogurt. And what I did this morning was change it up a little bit. I have been eating Dannon Greek Light and Fit, which is my favorite, the toasted coconut vanilla, toasted vanilla coconut or whatever. It's 80 calories with 12 grams of protein. But I was looking at money too. Dannon, just light and lively, regular yogurt is 90 calories and have 5 grams of protein, but it was also 2 for 88 cents today. So, as opposed to $1 each for the other ones. So I bought those. Plus, then I bought the Walmart brand of just plain Greek yogurt. So I'm mixing the regular yogurt with the plain, the flavored regular yogurt with plain Greek yogurt and adding my oats and blueberries. And that worked really well this morning. And about the same amount of calories and protein as I was getting with my other. So you just do what you got to do when you need to be creative with your resources and your money. It is a little breezy here, and I guess that probably means it's going to rain. That's what actually feels good, but it feels really nice out right now. The moon, I did not see the moon last night, but I was at cardiac rehab this morning before 6 o'clock, and when I looked out the car window, the moon was setting, and it was absolutely gorgeous, and I was going to take a picture. When I turned around, a cloud had gone over it, and I needed to get inside, but that was neat to see this morning. Okay, so, like I said, tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be working, have no plans. Birthdays are different now, just really different since, especially since my mom passed away, because all birthdays were always very special in our family, and for me now it's not so special. But anyway, it is my day, and tomorrow is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Hope you all have a great week, and just go out there and rock your journey. Bye.